and welcome to our first episode.
Hi guys, we are really excited because this is our first time recording a podcast together.
Yes, and we hope you enjoy this journey with us as we explore together culture, places, and history.
For our first episode, we decided to talk about one of the most beautiful and iconic buildings in Romania.
Exactly, today we are discussing about the Romanian Athenaeum in Bucharest. So Francesca, I think a good place to start would be to explain what the Romanian Athenaeum actually is, because even though many people have heard about it, not everyone really knows what makes it so special or why it is considered such an important landmark.
Yes, I agree. So the Romanian Athenaeum is basically one of the most famous concert halls in Romania, located right in the center of Bucharest. But calling it just a concert hall almost feels too simple because it is so much more than that. It is a cultural symbol, a historical monument, and a place that represents Romanian identity in a very powerful way.
It is not only about architecture or music, but also about the emotional value it has for Romanians. It is a place where history, art, and national pride all come together in one space.
And another thing worth mentioning is that it's still actively used today. It is not just a museum or something you only visit once and forget about it. It continues to host classical music concerts, cultural events and performances, especially those connected to the Georgianescu Philharmonic Orchestra, which gives it an even stronger artistic identity.
Yes, and what I find really interesting is that when people think of important buildings in Romania, the Athenaeum is always among the first mentioned. If you go back in time a little bit, the history of the Athenaeum is actually quite fascinating. I always find it impressive when a building has a story behind it that involves not just architects or politicians, but ordinary people as well.
And this is exactly the case here. The construction of the Athenaeum began in 1886 and was completed in 1888, and it was designed by the French architect Albert Galleron. But what really makes its history unique in the fact that it was founded through public donations. There was even a famous slogan at that time, "Give a penny for the Athenaeum."
That detail always amazes me because it shows that people back then were willing to contribute even with very small amounts just to make culture and education possible. It wasn't just a government project, it was something that belonged to the people.
Yes, and I think that is why the building still feels so meaningful today. It carries the spirit of community and the collective effort. It is not just stone and architecture, it is something that was literally built by the people for the people.
When it comes to architecture, I honestly think the Athenaeum is one of the most buildings in Romania. Even if you've never been inside, just seeing it from the outside already makes a strong impression.
Absolutely, the building has a neoclassical style with tall columns that immediately remind you of ancient temples and a large dome that dominates the skyline. It gives this feeling of elegance and grandeur at the same time. It almost looks like a place that belongs in a different era.
And once you step inside, it becomes even more impressive. The main concert hall is circular, and the acoustics are known to be absolutely incredible. Every sound feels clear and powerful, which is why it is perfect for classical music performances.
Yes, and one of my favorite details is the long fresco that goes around the interior. It illustrates important moments from Romanian history, so while you are there, you are not just attending a concert, you are literally surrounded by stories of the past. And speaking of experiencing it in real life, we actually have someone on location right now who can tell us what it feels to be there in the place in person.
let's go to our field reporter Mara, who is right now at the Romanian Athenaeum in Bucharest.
Hello everyone, I'm right now at the Romanian Athenaeum in Bucharest, and I can say that being here in person feels way more different than just seeing pictures or reading about it. The building is absolutely impressive, from the huge columns to the dome that dominates the area. Even from the outside, you can feel that this is not just an ordinary building, but a place full of history, culture and emotion. Right now, there are lots of tourists around me, people taking photos or just admiring the architecture in silence. It really shows how important this place is, not only for Romanians, but for people from all around the world. I'm going to take a moment to talk to some people and ask them how they feel about this amazing landmark. Ce vi se pare cel mai impresionant la această clădire?
Păi, în primul rând, arhitectura este una deosebită, nu prea se mai fac construcții de acest gen și ar trebui promovate mai mult, cel puțin în perioada asta în care observăm că toate clădirile, toate casele, toate blocurile au o arhitectură care nu mai sunt de domeniul trecut, ci actuale, înghesuite și foarte înguste.
La această clădire cel mai impresionant mi se pare exteriorul și arhitectura pe care o prezintă această clădire și cum este o combinație între stilul ionic și dă o impresie de un templu grecesc.
Arhitectura. Da, arhitectura și faptul că e inspirat din arhitectura greacă, adică mă duce cu gândul la Grecia.
Considerați că Ateneul este un simbol important pentru România?
Cred că da, nu știu foarte bine istoria lui, dar se vede că e ceva complex realizat.
Și mai bine să-l vizitezi, adică este pe lista lucruri de făcut în București.
Și majoritatea evenimentelor importante se desfășoară aici.
Da, este, în primul rând, pentru că știu că a avut o istorie destul de frumoasă, undeva pe la anii 1800, când a fost și sloganul acela, 1 leu pentru Ateneu, și toată lumea a donat ca să se construiască clădirea. S-au ținut foarte multe evenimente, printre care și George Enescu, spectacolul muzical care este la nivel înalt, nu doar la noi, ci în toată lumea.
Da, consider că este un simbol important, deoarece este o clădire care se află într-o zonă foarte populată a orașului și pe care o văd majoritatea străinilor atunci când vin să ne viziteze și de care sunt atrași în general.
Credeți că astfel de clădiri ar trebui promovate mai mult în rândul tinerilor?
În opinia mea, clar, da, trebuie să avem niște repere istorice și să știm ce s-a construit în București și peste tot în România.
Cu siguranță, chiar ar putea s-ar putea promova prin rețelele astea sociale. Cred că niciodată nu am văzut un documentar sau un articol, un TikTok, ceva, da. De asta chiar încă nu știu nimic despre istoria lui sau de când s-a fondat. La un moment dat știu că era un articol, 1 leu pentru Ateneu. Cred că asta e singura informație pe care o știu.
Da, pentru că, din păcate, tinerii nu prea mai merg la spectacole, au uitat ce înseamnă cultura. Nu zic că toți, dar o parte din ei da. Și ar fi frumos să se întoarcă la tradiții, la tot ce era clasic și să mai facă așa un echilibru între ce acum și ce era în trecut.
And that's what people think about the Romanian Athenaeum. That's all for now. Coming back to you.
Thank you, Mara. I think what makes the Athenaeum truly special is not just its beauty or history, but its role in culture today. It is still a very active space where some of the most important musical events in Romania take place.
Yes, and it also brings international artists and orchestras, which means it is not limited to Romanian culture only. It creates a connection between Romania and the rest of the world through music.
And I think that is very powerful because music is one of those things that doesn't need translation. People from different countries can sit in the same hall and feel the same emotions, even if they speak different languages.
Honestly, after learning more about it, I feel like visiting the Athenaeum. It's now on my list of places I really want to see in real life. I would love to attend a concert there just to experience the atmosphere and see if it feels as magical as it looks in pictures.
Me too, 100%. I think it's one of those places that you can't fully understand just by reading about it. You need to actually be there, sit inside the hall, and hear the music live to really feel its impact.
Even in today's modern world, the Athenaeum still plays an important role, not just as a building, but as a reminder of how important culture and art are in society.
Yes, and I think it encourages people, especially younger generations, to appreciate classical music and cultural heritage, which sometimes gets overlooked in a fast-paced digital world.
And that brings us to the end of our first episode.
Really hope you enjoyed listening and learned something today.
If you ever come to Bucharest, make sure to visit the Romanian Athenaeum in real life.
And thank you so much for being today with us.
See you in the next episode.
Bye everyone.
Bye!